Merfolk versus spirits.
Oh.
So
Okay.
it's the battle of the blue tribals.
I forgot to swap the cameras again.
Yeah. Well, that was the whole setup the whole night.
Okay.
Just so I was like, when I go tonight, that'll be fixed.
Yeah.
I said like we effectively had a completely new setup that I was doing before. I was like, all right, let me get the setup and go. So, okay. But no, it's you know what? It's more fun confusing Ryan. Heck that.
I mean, this one's not confusing because I know the person on the left. Well, no, I know the one with the wristbands.
Yeah. Man. So who do you think has advantage in this matchup?
It's spirits versus what, Merfolk?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen spirits in forever, so I'll say Merfolk because spirits is gonna be in blue. They'll have islands. You don't even have to worry about that.
I think I would also give the advantage to Merfolk.
As
At least so game one. I say spirits does have more interaction than Merfolk does.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
Merfolk doesn't want to interact.
Merfolk wants to like minimally interact.
Yeah.
Like, here's a curse catcher. No, pay one more to counter that, so I can just keep beating you in the face with those other things.
It's like curse catcher and spreading seas. That is the extent of interaction at a Merfolk. Oh well, would it be playing the new one? The new one that like you kick it and you turn something into an island?
I don't think this version is playing it.
Okay.
Because it's Zach Collins' deck. I don't think he updated it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I didn't know Zach had fish.
I think he bought it from Patrick.
I believe that. Okay.
So.
That makes sense.
But yes, I think honestly what it comes down to is who plays more lords realistically.
Yeah.
Because like both decks have evasion from each other.
Yeah. It's yeah. I think it. I really just feel like it's who's if Merfolk is aggressive enough in the early game.
Oh yeah.
Because as the game goes on, spirits have nobles maybe.
Yeah. I think he's also. Oh yeah, that's a pitch hand.
His terrible hand.
Right, like you had a bad hand. Yeah. Was it this bad?
Yeah, so like I feel like with Merfolk it's just they need to go fast enough, and because otherwise, spirits has Hierarch to help speed it up, and it has Coco to flip stuff over.
And then it's a Spell Queller, Skyclave, as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those. I think a surprise card could actually be the Mirror Regery. Because of the ability just to tap things.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, cast a Merfolk, tap that land. Would you like to respond?
Yeah.
Cast a Merfolk, tap that land. Would you like to respond?
The thing is, it's only ever going to be the lands because all the lords are going to hexproof.
Yeah, right. But still, it's like, oh, you're going to start floating mana? This tells me things. Thank you. Move to combat. You're not going to catch anything else? I said move to combat, sir.
Attack with this. Nope, you're moving to combat. Nice.
Yeah.
It's a cool playmat, the Lotus one.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. Got like some Asian language on there. Probably Japanese, but
typically that's how I feel. Like I feel like I see more Japanese Magic cards than Chinese ones.
Most of the Magic nerds are weebs, so it's probably leaning towards Japanese.
Trust me, I've already made a joke when I get the Urza deck, my blue white one. I'm like, it's gonna be Urza. Urza. And like, I've heard people like, is there gonna be Japanese? You just have to like lean into that theme. I'm like, ooh, maybe. Just
you can get foil weeb cards.
God no, Jesus.
Foil lampies.
Oh, God. Oh, those things just kept jumping up, and I'm like, I'm real glad
for the foil one.
For the foil one.
Yeah.
I think they're like at 6 now.
I still got 600 probably.
Yeah.
The foil for the Japanese cards are ridiculous. I don't know. I got my non-foil ones, and I'm happy with that.
Same. Like I have one. I need to get 3 or we have 3 more technically for the legacy deck. But like the non-foil one's like $10.
Oh, okay.
15.
The non-foil one is now $30.
Okay. Yeah.
At least that's what I'm seeing. Normal 30.
Oh, scroll down. And what's the foil one?
This is 200. Which
No way.
Which doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way. Anyway.
The pre-release one's 300, so it's probably more like that. At least according to TCG. But they're all out of stock, so maybe eBay's the place we should do
Probably. Yeah, it's like TCG is like, click on go with what's listed because.
Yeah.
Alright. So we have a bird and a lord on the spirit side. Both players have Aether Vials. Alright. Sorry, we got a little distracted.
Never mind. On eBay, he's still like 10, 15 for the non-foil.
What about foil?
Give me some time to find one.
Just type foil in the search bar as well.
That's true. Look at you thinking with your head.
Oh, blue player, that's all we do.
If only I ever did that. We got one for 300, so.
Oh, wow. Alright. So that's actually not terrible. Well, considering they were at like 4 or 5, like last year. Oh, what's foil Weave Narset at? That's the
Narset? Oh gosh.
Right, that's
one of my friends pulled one of those and they had it like graded and they said it sitting in the case.
Yeah, I honestly I would have as well. So if you can get it like an 8 or above on a grade, yeah, I'll do the same thing.
Narset, foil Narset Parter Veils. Let's see, we got a couple saying 700.
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh. Okay, and then like 500 is another one.
Okay, yeah, so she's still
600 in Canadian money.
yeah, she's
That's
just way
in
there.
real money.
So it looks like Mutavault Lord. So we have a 3/3 and a 1/3. Aether Vial and a Curse Catcher.
Even the non-foil is like $15 now for Narset.
Yeah.
Mutavault.
So it's flying in, so I mean I think I would just take the 4 because like if you have a Lord in hand, right, your vial's gonna go up to 2. If you have like 2 Lords in hand, you're just gonna crack back for way more because he has an island. It's like flash and then no additional Lord. Okay. So 6 damage coming across.
Yeah. You went first, right? Spirits?
Yes. That's just as the old saying goes, math is for blockers.
I always feel like it's the opposite. that's for the attackers. I feel like getting blown out all the time. Maybe just bad.
I mean, like when you know you guys are bigger, it's like, no, math is for blockers now. So third land, vial on 2. If he has 2 Lords, he can crack back for 7.
He's playing Waterlog Grove because he's playing Cavern too. Is it green blue? Is this playing the 2-mana Merfolk?
I think they're just playing that one for the draw.
Okay.
They might be playing the blue-green Lords as a 1 or 2 of. I mean, with Vial and Cavern, like, and I guess also with what's the other? Oh, Regery.
Okay.
So they don't have Island Walk, but currently they don't have Island Walk. Still don't have Island Walk, but he's gonna put a Lord back in the hand. So now that Lord's only a 1/3.
Weird question.
Yes.
Well, I think I know the answer. With he could have used the tap first to tap the other Supreme Phantom and like bounced it around.
What's what he's doing right now?
No, but like he could have like tapped it and then bounced it with Harbinger, right?
Yes. Yeah. But it's effectively the same thing. Like it's what he's doing right now.
No, same thing, but like if he were to only have one creature, I guess.
But no. Oh no! So he's like, oh, that's a better one. Untap Vial. Because if he puts in another thing, like then tap it. Oh. So like it's Regery. It's one of those like it's one of those like sneaky cards. Like it's like oh this looks okay, and you're like oh no.
Oh, he can do that.
And it's like oh wait any permanent.
So now he can tap it.
Right.
It, right.
Oh my. Merfolk just might be just blowing this guy out game 1. Just
So here you go.
Yeah, it's like there you go. That's yours now. So moves to combat 3. There's 5. I mean, he's coming across for 5, which is still decent. I mean, like
five's pretty good,
right,
especially
like,
when he's got a bunch of blockers and his opponent has no board anymore.
Yeah.
So just Coco man.
Yeah, but you also have a curse catcher, just to point and laugh, like,
Yeah.
hey, you got an extra land for that, Coco? Okay. He was like, alright, you hit me for 6, I'll hit you for 5, and I have a better board.
Yeah. I have 4 more creatures than you.
And he's using dice to keep track of, like, how many lord, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. How big is that? This big.
That makes sense, but I don't know. I just hate doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just because I'm a humans player though, so it's always plus one plus
Yeah,
one
it's always,
counters.
yes,
It's always permanent for me.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
instead of an actual lord.
Yeah, so, yeah. So humans doesn't really have, like, you have one lord, which is the...
General.
Yeah.
General.
Other than that, you're like, no.
Yeah,
Counters are bust.
Mayor's worthless now.
Is he?
I mean, it's just like, would you rather have mayor, or would you rather have general? Or, like, play, like, any of your other, like, 2-mana creatures?
Hmm.
Not to mention...
Oh, Mayor of Aberbrooke. I thought we were
Yeah.
talking about General, whatever, what's his face?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, yeah, Mayor is...
General, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I haven't been paying close attention to humans at all. So, honestly, General could just be gone now because we have, like, Esper Sentinel, we have...
Yeah.
All sorts of... We have Shardless Agent, we have...
Yeah. So, Vial on 3. He has Coco mana. I think he has a Spell Pierce up. Is that?
That's Kopala.
Oh.
All
Oh.
of his creatures have Ward too.
Oh. He's like, okay, on the stack. Attempt to Violin an Apparition. Taking out Curse Catcher. Oh no. So now he has Coco mana. So now it's like,
What did he Coco?
no, he didn't. So he vialed in the...
Or I meant, what did he Skyclave? The Curse Catcher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then he could cast Coco.
Right.
So it's like, ooh, okay. That's what I was like. Man, this is a very twist turny road. Oh, so if he does it with Kapala on the stack, he could Spell Queller it.
He didn't though.
He might have. So Lord and Spell Queller.
Okay.
Yeah, so he did it with on the stack.
The other guy was just excited to dice.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think he explained like, no, I'm doing this on the stack.
Mm.
So that gets exiled under this.
Oh, Spell Queller. What a fun magic card.
Especially when you start blinking it.
Yeah. Blink it with Fairy out on the board.
Yeah.
Blink it with Draenith Magistrate out on the board.
Right? And just...
I love Draenith Magistrate. Such a dumb deck that I came up with.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Now that like Cascade's a big thing, and like Draenith Magistrate's like, looking pretty good now, aren't I, guys?
I already got my playset. Dude.
Everyone looking at that card like, that card's not good. Now it's like, well, you know what?
I was putting in as much work as possible to try and make that card good. It's good with Spell Queller. Before we had Counterspell, it was good with Delay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like now none of
Now
his...
it suspends, so it's good with Suspend.
Yeah.
It's a better path.
Such thing, right? Like now they're kind of at a stalemate. Because like, if Spirits attacks, there's 3, 4, 5, 6. Spirit's gonna swing for 8, but Merfolk can just crack back for 3.
Way too
Yeah, say 3, 6,
3,
9, 12. Merfolk can just crack back for 12. 11?
11. Because I believe the Regery is only 2. Because there's no other Lord. So 2
Yes.
and then 3 3s. So 9
Yeah.
plus 11.
Yeah. So it's almost like, okay, we're going over. They're going over all of the. Okay, everything has a text box. What does everything do now? It's like, oh geez, all right. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. So he's like, I want to target this. Well, you can't because it's hexproof. Okay. Well, then I'm just doing this and that. Okay. Yep.
Okay, so I see
Yeah.
part of the problem why they were probably
Yeah.
talking before is because he used the
Yeah.
cavern. And he's like, wait, but it can't be found.
Yeah, it's like, we're not counting it. It's exile on the stack, guys. It's a real... Sometimes you gotta love and hate Magic at the same time.
So this one's for 2. I don't even know whose turn it is.
It's a Merfolk player's turn.
Okay. Why is Jogs going to tap? Oh, because he cast it,
Yeah. Alright, untapped, yeah. Oh my god. It's just like, So it's like, okay, so it's a 3-4 and a 3-3. Math is hard sometimes. God.
But only for blockers.
Oh, if he had one of the 2-drop lords with Isle of Walk, it's just like, it'd be GG at this point. Just, you know what life? Dead.
Gone. Oh, he has 13. Okay. Yeah, if you got the Lord.
If that's it, yeah. So he has the Lord.
It'd be the +1/+1.
Yeah. I was like, boop.
Did Zach put the Rishidan port Merfolk in the deck at all?
I don't believe so. I don't think that one's good enough for Merfolk.
Yeah. The native island walk's kind of nice. But I just don't feel like that's really what Merfolk wants to be doing.
Yeah. Oh, look, a Lord's on the board. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, the deck with... I guess Merfolk really has more Lords.
Merfolk has at least 12. Or, at least 12 copies of Lords.
Because it has 2 2-mana ones, right?
Yes.
Lord of Atlantis and another 2-mana one.
Yes.
Grand Island Walk?
Mm-hmm.
And then Reejeree.
I've seen some playing the Banner... Not Banneret. The 3-drop one, also the blue-green one. So, I mean, like I said, the deck... Merfolk at least has 12 Lords.
Yeah.
Sounds like bare minimum.
I want to do stuff with Mystic Reflections and Modern. Mystic Reflection's such a fun card. The only reason that came up is because, like, I've the only time that I've actually seen it used is to Mystic Reflection. What's the Master of Waves?
Oh yeah.
So that then all the
Yeah.
elemental tokens enter as Master of Waves. So you get like 6 Master of Waves.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh. Oh.
And then the only other thing that I've seen used for was with that deck, Mystic Reflection targeting my 1/0 elemental, so your Teferi enters as a 1/0 elemental.
Right. So I mean, he drew a Canopy Land. So he cracked one, drew a card. He can crack the other one and hope to find a 2-drop Lord. It's like, Violet in.
Got 8. Got 8 of them.
I know the Merfolk pilot isn't that familiar with the deck. Like, he understands the basics, but like, there's just so many like certain decks just have so many just little like ins and outs and little tricks that just like if you aren't used to piloting that deck, you're just not gonna know the tips and tricks with it.
Yeah. Especially like tribal decks, they always seem to get.
Yeah.
They always seem to get their really tiny things like humans with the Dahlia's Lieutenant, Violent Dahlia's Lieutenant, so that everything gets more counter.
Yeah.
So that like your first one
Right.
gets counters too.
Right. And then the additional triggers and it's just all the it's.
Or my favorite like super tiny thing that I've seen with D&T is you have a Arbiter out. And so they pay the 2 mana so that they can search and then you flicker them.
Yeah.
So that they have to pay the 2 again.
Yep. It's
so good.
Right. It's just little things like that you don't think of. Like back when we had like Mox Opal and I was playing Wurza. It was just like little things. It was just like I was like, haha, like I have a surgical, so I can like surgical the sword, and it's just like pay a sack the sword, trigger on the stack, exile it, like sack additional artifact. This trigger now resolves in 4 years. Yeah. What? Yeah, that's how that works. Oh no!
Not this last time that I went to Commander Night, but the night before,
Uh-huh.
or the time before. Oh, I don't. Oh, you probably didn't hear about my win. My win was so good. So it was like a 2-hour long game. The board had been wiped a few times. I killed like one player pretty early on, but then it was just like 3 of us.
What are you violin on? You can't. Is that on 4? You can't violin. Ooh. No, if his viol's on 4, he can't put in that 2-drop lord.
Oh, you put it in the 2-drop.
That's
Yeah.
okay. We'll have a discussion later with this player. Like, no, has to be exact.
Exactly equal to.
That's. Oh god, if that was just the case of like 4 or less. Oh. Oh, let me tell you, vial would be like $100 card.
If it was as foretold.
Yeah. Oh, just,
So the game of Commander that I played, the way that I won was my opponent was I had just the turn before, I ripped Dualcaster Mage off the top. And I was like, I knew that the other 2 were playing like big mana and were gonna have X spells coming up soon. So I pass, and the person next to me, he just finally finds a way to make infinite mana with Zaxara, and he goes infinite mana, Exsanguinate, and I go. Dualcaster Mage, copying Exsanguinate, and he goes, activate top. I didn't find a counter spell. I'm like, yeah! It was such a dumb way.
You want to do what? Cool, thanks.
Cool, I'll do that.
I know.
Mine resolves first, nice.
Yeah. So that was actually, Merfolk had a good play, right? So he vialed in the Dominaria Merfolk that taps it, makes lose all abilities.
Yeah.
For the one that gives hexproof, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, okay, your guys, granted, aren't big enough. Oh, if they all lose hexproof, you can also tap an additional creature. But yeah, I mean, like him. So the issue I have, right? Like he wouldn't have been able to vial in the second lord. So the.
Yeah, I don't know the size of it.
So there'd have been 3 3s, right? So like, him being able to put that one and say they don't have abilities would have put everything within range of him being able to start trading. So that's. Well, we know we're gonna have a discussion tonight with a player.
That was
Like, hey, just so you know.
Important misplay.
Yeah, they're working. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a big reason why we also do these. Is like we get to see the mistakes that we make. Like, oh, that's a mistake I made there. Guess what I'm learning from?
Oh, that's right. Ragavon doesn't draw off my deck; it draws off my opponent's.
Oh. Wait, that's better. I'm not losing cards.
No. I feel like with John, you're wanting to hit your removal to keep your Ragavon swinging.
Right, basically. But just taking your opponent's removal to kill their creatures just feels better.
But they're not playing anywhere near as much.
Granted.
Also, it's really bad against Mill. I've ran into so many Ragavons when I'm playing Mill, and I'm just like, what are you gonna do, dude?
You're
there was literally 2 good hits in my deck, and I lost the game because they hit one of those 2 good hits, and it's the 2 Snapcaster Mages.
Oh no!
And I'd already played one, and he hit the last one, and he won because he was able to flash to the bag. I'm like, oh my! It's literally the only good hit for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's Spirits is coming across for game.
Spirits.
I mean, yeah.
Spirits just one. Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know if Merfolk would have been able to come back with that vile misplay. Like, I'm not 100% of which way it would have gone, but that was definitely a.
Oh my god! I thought he was gonna shuffle that one card in upside down. He was gonna kill me.
All right, so moving on to sideboards. I know. Speaking of EDH games, I felt really bad for the one that I played with you and Josh.
Oh god. Yeah, that one.
Just hell.
It was.
Oh, you're playing the Mardu Vampire.
It was just miserable, and the only reason that it really sucked is because it took so long.
Yes.
If it would have been quick.
Look, I had to try to keep 2 different decks trying to do 2 different things in check. I'm like, Ryan wants to ramp. I gotta tell him no. This person wants to attack a bunch. I gotta tell him no. I can only kind of focus on one at a time.
Yeah.
I can't go after a win. Okay, I can kill Ryan this way, but if he survives, I'm gonna die.
I think it was it was the ensnaring bridge, and it was having both the ensnaring bridge and the thing that like was keeping all our lamps.
Yeah,
down,
the winter orb. Yeah, I was just like,
that was
no.
what made it so rough. And then also that you didn't have to care about the winter orb.
Just
because you like,
tap
oh,
it
just
over.
tap it and it turns
Whee!
off. I get it.
Look, Ryan. Just because I was waxed, and ready to play stacks doesn't mean anything. Okay.
Waxed, and ready to play stacks. Oh, not waxed.
Don't worry about it.
Are you saying we're gonna wax on stream? That'll be your.
Your
sub goal.
That was still one of my favorite things during one of the pro tours. And like me and Collins had that bet of all right.
Tron. You had to play Tron.
Right. It's like if John does better, John does better than Tron. I had to play I think I had to play like Burn, something that deck that I hate playing.
Burn.
Right. It was like a deck that I hate playing. But if Tron does better, and
exactly.
And we also decided he's like, well, Hogak is Junk colors. I'm like, well, if that's the case, then E-Tron also counts as Tron. He's like, all right. Tron wins the whole thing. He's like, nah. It's like, so it's also like I'm waiting to kind of see like, once you start getting that back, like, hey, Zach, you wanna make some more side wagers?
Trying to make a couple bets? Huh? You gambling?
Which the funniest thing was, so when we went to the Magic Fest, we had to play it. We gave him E-Tron, right? Okay, we'll give you the creature version, not actual Tron, right? He went 2-1, and he beat a burn deck, which is just like, what? Right? He was like, suspicious, but okay. But it was just great. It was like, and then the fact that he'd also wear the Tron shirt. It's just like, that was it's. See, those are the bets like I like making, right? Like, okay, look, like it's not gonna cost you any money. We're just gonna hurt your ego a little bit.
Just a little bit of pride,
right? He's gonna take that ego down just a notch. And I was like, oh man, that's once we get more so back to normal and start having the bigger tournaments, we'll probably start doing commentary and like side bets like that. Like, hey, side bet.
Still trying to think of like a deck that like I hate so much and like I just wouldn't want to play it. It's probably Scapeshift. Like, Scapeshift is probably the deck that I would feel the nastiest playing.
God, so like the only reason I really love playing Scapeshift was playing against Jun. It's like, I ripped your hand away. You're like, cool, top draw Scapeshift. GG. And they're just like every time, like I can't control the top of the deck. This is. I've done that. I did that to Liam so many times. I did it to Colin so many times. I'm like, I have 7 land. I'm like, yeah. It's like just turn over the top cards. It's gonna be Scapeshift. Yeah. Well, it's not. It's Summer Spec. Prime time. Boom. It's like, all right. But yeah.
I think the only thing that would like really suck for me is, like, in a way, is playing like land destruction. But like I always want to build land destruction. I can't stand how terrible it makes the other person feel.
See, I'm the opposite way. Like, Ryan knows this. Ryan's like, I see Magic as a game of my opponent has 50% of the fun, I have 50% of the fun. My goal is to take all of the fun.
You want the monopoly on fun. Don't get me wrong. I want the win, but like, I don't want my opponent to be like so tilted and salty the whole time that like they're just molding. I guess.
I loved your analogy in that Commander game. It was like, no, not only take all the fun, you may just go to our bank accounts.
Yeah.
Withdraw more.
You withdrew all of our fun, and we're in negatives now. We had to take out a fun loan, and we lost all that too.
Like, yes, that's my goal. It's like, are you having fun? No. You should go to the bank and get a fun loan. Is that gonna help? It might.
Just go pull some extra fun out,
hey.
and you'll get the fun back. Honestly, it's just I'm not down $5,000. I'll get it all back.
Right, I'm not down $5,000. I am down 3,000 fun though. So I mean, I might as well be down $5,000. That's what it feels like. It feels like I put 5,000 on black and it came up green. Just like,
made another joke like that recently. I ordered a couple like shirts off Amazon that looked like they were actually going to be really nice. They're not. They look terrible. It's just like it's square on me. It's like
oh no.
It's like wider at the bottom than it is at the top. It's a medium. So like.
Did you buy a girl shirt? 'Cause I feel like if it flares at the bottom, it's made to like go with the hips.
No, I bought a men's shirt.
Okay.
And it just looks terrible. It's like a button up. And it's like it has like the sleeves like you flipped it up and it's like a slightly different and it's like a different like, pattern.
Yeah.
I have a few shirts like that and I like that. But then on the collar, the end of the collar, like just like this little tiny line at the end of the collar is also that color and it looks so bad.
Yeah.
And so I opened it up. I was all excited. I put it on. I'm like, this thing looks terrible. And then I showed my roommate and I'm like, I feel like I just lost 5K on the strip.
Oh man. Oh man. So yeah. Also, side note, like gambling. Like I think the most I've ever lost gambling is like $200. Maybe $3. But it's just like.
I have not gambled because I know that I won't stop.
That's all right. See, that's a good thing to know though. Like it's.
I am an addict at heart. So at least here with this game, I get dumb pieces of cardboard
that you can also sell later. It's not just gone.
That I can try to sell.
Yeah.
It's not just poof gone.
Yeah. No. See, I mean, I like gambling. I'm also like, okay, like I have like, this money is fun money for me. So like, if I lose it, it's not affecting my bills. It's not affecting.
Yeah. That's what I would need to do. Is I need to go in, like with like $100.
Right, so
not let myself do like a $50 bet on blackjack.
I mean, it's really like
that's all I'm really gonna want to play is blackjack.
I mean, that's fine. Like I'll do that. Like, oh, I'm gonna leave soon. Yeah. I'm about even. All right, you know what? Like, last hand, sure, we'll put 50 down. I won, great. I lost, all right, whatever. Like it's just.
I'm bad at poker. I don't like slots, and I don't know how craps is played. And honestly, I don't know what else. Oh, there's like there's
roulette.
Roulette?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna...
To be fair, roulette's probably the easiest one. Like, alright, you can bet like red, black, odd, even.
Yeah.
Like, if you bet the outside for the most part, you're like, okay, look, it's almost...
But it's just like...
It's almost best odds. So, but
it's like, just like a slightly worse coin flip, and it's like, at least blackjack, I feel like I'm taking a bit of skill.
Well,
and slots is completely random.
Yeah, slots is...
In poker, I just don't have the skill.
Yeah.
I'm good at counting.
I unfortunately became good at counting cards when I did surveillance. Yeah. Because it's like, you get bored. So it's like, alright. This guy's an idiot. Why would you hit now?
If it's like one deck, I know how to count the cards. But like big casinos, I'll do like 4.
5.
It's like, 4 or 5.
Typically 5. But I mean, you can still have a basic count.
You can. It's just, I'm not like skilled enough to try and utilize that yet.
Yeah.
I can do one deck. Easy.
Oh, yeah.
Playing Magic? Easy.
Yeah. Well, that's what that's one thing, that's why I prefer playing, like, control-ish decks or combo decks, because it's like, okay, like, here's the start, here's the finish. Yeah. Like my absolute favorite deck is Solidarity in Legacy, but the problem is that is probably one of the most complex combo decks.
What's Solidarity?
So it's called Solidarity. It's reset high tide.
Okay.
Is what it is.
It's not using this, right?
No.
not giving all your creatures +5/+5.
No. It's called Solidarity just because it's one of those like every
by yourself?
Yes. Because like every card you cast and every decision you make literally determines if you're going to get to the finish line or not. There's no like buffer. It's like because like it's effectively a critical mass deck, but it's just like because you do it on your opponent's turn, everything is instant speed, and it's just like, okay, like do we get there?
It's not mold 4.
Merfolk definitely has the advantage in this game.
Yeah.
Like, assuming Merfolk didn't also mold a 4.
He turns one land into an island. Easy.
Oh no, turn 1. Is that a Veil of Summer?
Yeah, it's Veil of Summer. That's absolutely Veil of Summer.
Why would you? If you know the deck list, you said Curse Catcher, I guess. Like, that can something. Did you keep a 1-lander? Okay, I was about to be so mad. Like, did you keep a one-lander without a vial?
Yeah, like a one-lander and no turn one play.
Yeah, you're just...
That'd be making a play like Ryan, okay? That'd be me.
Hang on, we're building a time machine. Here's our camera. What?
I'm trying to think of what else you'd want Veil of Summer for.
What is it? Crush Catcher!
Spreading seas, I guess? Like... You're in
Is it
blue.
Is it permanent you control?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, sure. But you play islands already! Like, it's just like... You just went to get a Howard Fountain! Like, what are you trying to... That's what I'm just like, ugh. Oh, man. Some decisions... Like, I mean, I've made some decisions, like, looking back. Like, why did I bring that in? That was dumb.
Well, maybe he's, like, worried that since Merfolk, like, is mono blue, maybe it's playing counterspell now? I don't
think it is. But, I mean, it is, I guess it's like one of those... It is sideboarded game, so you, like, if you assume they're going to bring in counter... You didn't have a turn... Oh, you better flash in something at the end of the turn as your Merfolk.
Oh, yeah, he's got to have Harbinger. Or Trickster. Right?
I hope so. Something.
Trickster's the name of the tap.
Yeah, there you go. Wow! I'm so upset right now.
Yeah. Tilting.
We're not even in this game. We're just like... All right.
Well, that's just how I am. Like, watching somebody, like, misplay super hard.
Right, yeah. If it's little things, I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. But it's just like this one's like, you need to learn the deck better.
Yeah.
Please.
It's like screaming at a person who's messing up on a video game. Like, I try my best not to do it. Sometimes.
Why would you jump off a cliff? I want to see if there's fall damage. We're on a boat. Like, what if I jump in the water, I could swim around? No! You see all the great white sharks in the water? No, they eat you. So you're correct, you don't take fall damage. Alright. Alright, I mean, he has a Muda Vault and an Aether Vial. Alright. So now you should just be able to go like... You should start pumping out some Merfolk babies. Come on.
Is the vial really necessary?
I mean, if you drew it, you might as well play. You got nothing else.
I guess, but like he's on spirits, so maybe like representing.
Yeah.
The one. I can't think of. Veil of Summer.
He's just like, okay.
It's a cantrip.
Right?
It saves you from bounce, I guess.
He's like, okay, it just stays tapped. All right, fine. Beat you. He's like, fine. We'll beat you in the face harder. Like, all right, untap this land. Play a second Reedry, because that's gonna be hilarious. I kind of hope that's the case. Just.
Ashiok is an interesting choice.
I would agree. Because it doesn't. I think he might think it stops Coco, and it doesn't.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of that like stops Coco is Cage.
The new 2-drop one as well.
Yeah, the Weathered Runestone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you play Ashiok, you can't. I mean, you can target yourself, make him exile the. Make him exile their graveyard, because just say each opponent exiles their graveyard. Yeah. So you could mill yourself 4.
I guess there's a Containment Priest, too. That also would stop it.
Alright.
Keep forgetting Containment Priest in Modern. I felt like Containment Priest was going to do a lot more in Modern than it has.
I mean, Modern does also have a lot of broken things that like Legacy does. So you're like, hey,
wee! Stops like Coco, stops a Vial, stops like Dredge.
Yeah.
It stops, like Through the Breach.
Yeah.
Through the Breach and just the other ways that they cheat Emrakul out.
Yeah. So I mean, like it's not terrible, but it's also just like
Ingorio's Vengeance.
Yeah. It's one like it's not great. It's not terrible. It's one like Like as a sideboard card,
But like,
in the humans, I think it'd be fine.
I feel like these are just better ones.
But well, no, because it's each player, right? Or is it just opponents?
Yeah, it's each player.
Oh yeah,
so
so
it stops humans' own vial.
Yeah, so it's like.
Yeah, that's one thing I always forget.
Don't know what that card is.
No.
Prismatic ending? It's prismatic ending.
Yeah, it must.
It's got to be.
It must be because it exiled the 2-drop.
Yeah. So Ashok should technically be at 3 because the down tick he didn't target himself.
Yeah.
So there's another slight.
No small thing.
Yeah.
The only other thing Ashiok stops is fetches.
Which,
I mean, it's relevant right now.
It's relevant right now because like he doesn't have 4 mana.
Does he remember?
4.
Chalice.
Okay.
Yeah, he brought in chalices. Yeah, he brought in like 9 or 10 cards.
Interesting. No, it's
you exile
oh yeah. There you go. I was like, no, everything. Your Snapcaster looks real dumb right now.
Yeah. Whole graveyard's gone. It's active.
Right? He's like, no, hey, no.
It's active. It's a graveyard hate card.
Yes. It's a graveyard hate plus like scape shift hate. Like, hey,
yeah.
you depend on searching? No.
Yeah, it's just that's all it really is. It's graveyard hate, and then it stops like prime time.
Yeah.
Scape shift has ways to kill it.
Oh yeah.
Like Scape shift's running bolts and stuff.
Typically, yeah. Actually, I haven't seen a lot of Scape Shift decks running right now because I mean, the Amulet Titan deck is just better because you have Saga.
It's just better. It's just better with Scape shift. With Dryad and everything.
I would Echo in Truth. Actually, I'd probably save it. Like, I might Echo in Truth the Vial.
I feel like you just want full on with that.
Yeah, I would think so as well. Because like you're effectively winning the damage race.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I guess it keeps your Ashiok alive and keeping him off of fetching his land.
Well, but Echoing Truth's instant, isn't it?
Yeah. But he has Mutavault, and if you attack, yeah. But he also has the flash tap loses all abilities. So if he's trying to protect Ashiok, I could understand. So he's gonna take 8 damage for this. But yeah. And he also gets to untap something as well. Ooh, or tap down.
You could tap down the Hollow Fountain.
Yeah.
If he taps down the Hollow Fountain, then he's all out of mana. Or the Vial.
Yeah,
But the Vial doesn't matter because he has the 2-drop.
Yeah, like he has 2-drop in hand, yeah. So, I want to see, like, he's targeting, so he could Vial in to give the Mutavault hexproof. The problem is that...
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was like, we just talked about the name of it. What's the name of it? What just came into play?
Oh, Trickster?
Trickster.
Merfolk Trickster?
So, yeah, so the thing is, with the Trickster, it would be bigger even if you gave it hexproof. So it's like, that's... It's like, alright. So he has 2 draws because he has the Canopy land. So be aggressive. I don't know what he drew. He drew a Curse Catcher. So casting a Curse Catcher and then cracking... Actually, you crack on your opponent's turn. I think you leave Ashiok where she is. You beat in the face.
I feel like you crack now. I feel like you crack now.
Oh, and see if you get a Lord?
Yeah.
That's fair. Because if you don't, then you can just play Curse Catcher.
I mean, he only has 2 lands. You're not really super worried about it. I guess...
If Ashiok goes, he'd have 3. So it's you know he's going to Violin the Flyer.
Yeah.
So...
first guy.
Ooh, but see, I would have forced out a. No, this also works actually. That's actually a good plan. Is untap the land you did to crack it and then draw and hope you get. Looks like you got another trickster.
Yeah.
So that's actually good because now you can tap down the spirit when it goes for Ashiok and keep him on 3 land.
Yeah. Or.
So is that swing for 5?
Yep. Swing for 5.
Vial going up to 3 though with the Skyclave apparition can be an issue.
Oh yeah, because that can be that issue.
Ooh, if he's smart though, during the upkeep with the Vial trigger on the stack, you could. Oh no, because are only just creatures, right?
But he could. He could. He could do it. Tap down the spirit and then use the Regery trigger to tap down the Vial.
There you go. So yeah, it's just like that way on 3 because like 3 is the one I'm worried about because that's where your major lord is and then the Skyclave apparition.
He has Skyclave in hand.
So. That's it. It's little things like that, right? Like I knew I had the basic idea in my head, and I was like, no, it's this, and it's just those little tiny things that you just pick up, play in the decks.
Playing very creature heavy decks.
Yeah.
Very synergy heavy creature heavy decks.
Yeah.
Which is mostly what I play.
Oh, so he did it after the creature had already attacked.
Oh.
So you should have gone during combat.
Super wrong.
Yeah. This. Because then like with that you would have had the Regery effect as well to then tap the Vial to force him. Like, all right, you got anything now?
Yeah.
But yeah, because like during that like 2, I'm like if you have a Lord, you're gonna force you to play a Lord now. You still have to deal with Ashiok because you want the additional land.
Yeah.
Like, it would just put you in a much better spot. Because like now if he top draws any of the Island Walk Lords, he would
haven't
just
seen a single one.
Right, which is surprising.
This is game 3, right?
It's game 2.
It's game 2.
Yeah, they took a long time to sideboard and mulligan, right? I mean, this is not the. Yeah, Skyclave. I assume you just take out Regery.
Yeah, and it has to be, right? Take out the Lord that is the reason why you're going to die this next turn.
Yeah. Do you have a second one? Oh, jeez.
What?
Yeah, so if he had done the plan that we had.
What happened to the first Skyclave? Okay, they're still doing that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Right,
It's
cool.
Because I think you went like trigger on the stack, violin.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, they're on turns.
I believe that.
Right? I was just like, what? Oh, they're on. Oh, wow. Yeah, it has been going on for a bit. All right.
Spirit's on the first one, right?
Yeah. So I mean, if Merfolk can't pull this one out, oh god, it makes me. If he had played that correctly, right, he definitely would have just been winning.
Oh yeah. He'd so be winning right now.
Yeah.
Because he would still have Ashiok.
He still have a board, and his opponent wouldn't have any blockers because he couldn't have fetched for that 3rd land.
Yeah.
Oh.
His opponent would be tapped out.
Yep. Well, no, I mean he would have had 2 lands. He would have had the 2 shock lands, but without anything to cast them with because the apparition's in hand.
His creature would have been tapped. His Vial would have been tapped.
Yeah.
He would have had anything going.
Yeah. Right. So it's like oof.
He could have swung there. He could have swung for 4 or 2.
Right. I mean, it would probably change. It would probably.
And if it blocks, then you just get a 2/2.
Yeah. Path. Yeah. So you do get a basic. Oh, so I suppose I actually would have swung because if he blocks with the 2/1, you're fine with that. Prismatic. Jeez. So you can activate Mutavault and block a Skyclave and do whichever one went after the 3-drop. Then you have a 3/3.
Yeah.
Which he chooses not to do. Also a mistake.
Yeah. So then you have a 3/3. Maybe you draw Lord, so you hit for 4. The turn. Never mind, you don't, because it's an illusion.
Right.
It's nothing.
So Regery. So, I mean, you can hit him for 3. Puts him to 4. So, I mean, now if he finds a 2-drop Lord, which the deck runs...
I swear, I know that I saw a white border Lord of Atlantis in there. It exists.
Okay, so it looks like this one's going to go to turns.
Gosh, I was... Instead I looked up the Narset, eBay just gave you a notification. You still interested in the $600 card? No, actually.
Yeah, so it's like, you can't win, so yeah, since neither player can win, it's going to go to draw since Spirits got game 1.
Spirits 1-1.
Spirits 1-1! Oh.